Got a caller already.
Yep, we got Jared on the phone.
Well, Jared, come on in, Jared. Go ahead.
It didn't take long, did it, Kent?
No, this is fast. Go ahead.
You threw down the gauntlet, man. I can't pass that up.
Okay, so you got converted, you're telling us?
No.
No, okay. It's going to happen, you know.
Oh, really?
I guarantee.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I know. Well, here's the deal, though. It may not happen here, but a few seconds after you're dead, the Bible says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord to the glory of God the Father. You will be a believer one way or the other.
Yeah, you're so funny, Ken.
It's just like people that smoke. I tell them, you know, everybody quits smoking. Everybody.
Oh, wouldn't you say that they wouldn't quit smoking? Because when they go to hell, like, the smoke would just be eternal, right?
Well, that's a good point. But as far as, you know, sucking on a weed, that's, you know, everybody quits smoking. Either they die and quit, or they quit before they die. But go ahead, Jared. You will be converted. That's my prophecy.
So you claimed that I hadn't been victorious on any points or something?
Yeah. What was the other one you said the other day? You just at the end of the program, you said, "Oh, well, I won that argument," and then you hung up.
Yeah, because I did.
Oh, well, I forgot what it was about. Because I don't think you did.
Which one was that about?
I don't know. I don't think you've won any arguments.
Okay. I've won most of my arguments with you, I would say.
Oh, well, let's get the listeners. We got people all over the world listening in. If you think Jared has won any arguments, instant message Jonathan right now at AOL Instant Message, Dr. Dino Live. We'll take a poll.
Well, given that your audience is primarily composed of suckers like you, I don't think they're going to admit it.
Oh, and hold it. Let's stop right there, Jared. Suckers like me, that is inappropriate debate tactic, number one. Number two, it's not true. I have an IQ close to 170, and I'll answer any questions you've got. So,
I admit that that's an ad hominem.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So about the vitamin C thing, you don't think I won that?
The vitamin C?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but I think we need vitamin C. I take it myself.
I'm referring to L-gulano gamma lactone oxidase.
You can just say GULO. That's what they say. That's the shorter acronym name for it, GULO.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're saying the fact that we all have the same broken gene proves a common ancestor.
Well, guinea pigs.
I never said that it proves it. I said that it is evidence for it.
Well, and I gave you a couple of other reasonable options. We all live in a similar environment, which causes similar mutations to happen.
Right. And that's why I considered my victory to be a victory, is because you never explain what that even means.
Don't you think similar environment might cause all vehicles to rust? I mean, boats rust, cars rust, and houses rust. So therefore, that proves they're related.
Ken, we're not talking about something global like rust. We're talking about something local.
I mean, guinea pigs don't live in other parts of the world?
Guinea pigs don't have the same gene that we do. It's broken in a different way.
What is a different way? Because when I read
When
I read Max's and Theobald's papers, they didn't talk about that. They just talked about how it's pretty similar to the humans there, and plus also Whitcomb talks about it, and you can check out all three of those sources.
Yeah, it's like you're following your own talk origins.
True Origins. You want to read trueorigins.org?
No, I'm talking about talk origins. Okay. I read Max's and Theobald's.
We'll be back after the break, folks. Hang in there. One more minute. All right, folks, welcome back to the Creation Science Hour. This is Kent Hovind and Jonathan Sampson live this June the 17th of 2005, and we're here defending the position that the Bible is true and evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the history of the world. And we've got Jared, who believes in evolution, on the phone defending the evolution theory by the fact that we have vitamin C, a gene that's broken, and so does something else have the same gene that's broken.
Hold on a second. Can I clarify one thing, Ken?
Sure.
I want to apologize for my use of the term sucker a minute ago. What I meant to say by that is people who are blinded by their religious faith.
Do you think that's my case?
Yes, and I think that's the case of your audience. That's what I was trying to get across.
I think the audience would resent that, and that's an elitist statement. You are smart, and everybody that disagrees with you is dumb. That's
hold on.
That's exactly how that translates, Jared.
No, hold on. I will defend this. I do not mean anything about intelligence when I say that. Some of the smartest people that I have known have been Christians, even young Earth creationists. But that has nothing to do with whether or not they accept science.
I accept science. I don't accept evolution. You see, you're trying to mix the two together. You're not going to.
You don't accept astronomy. You don't accept geology.
I accept both of those. I taught both of those.
No, you don't.
Well, Jared, you have to understand that you don't just look at the. You don't look at space, and there's not a material thing that you can measure to see the age. You have to infer this. You have to.
Yeah, that's what science is, Jonathan.
No, that's not. You don't just look at astronomy and it says here's our age. You have to figure out. You have to invent ideas and histories for these things. That's the difference between operational and historical science. It's not the same thing. So whenever you say you don't accept geology, That's ridiculous because he does. It's the interpretation that some people gather from what they view in geology that we don't accept.
Let's take a poll. Let's get every geologist in the world and find out which of those people think that Kent Hovind accepts geology.
Okay, well, that's fine. Argumentum ad populum. If you want to add, well, let's view all the geologists say.
The field of science?
That's ridiculous, dude. It's the interpretations of what they see in geology.
Oh, wait. Now, let's take a poll in the Soviet Union 10 years ago. How many teachers believe in communism versus how many believe in creation?
Yeah, and you would have a point in that case because that is basically functioning like a religion.
You could have taken a poll 70 years ago on the steady state model.
Listen to me. When people try to talk to me about math, for instance, I have more of a justified opinion about it because I'm a mathematician. I don't listen to just anybody off the street about what they think mathematics is. I say what mathematics is, and mathematicians say what mathematics is. Geologists have the social right to define what geology is.
Look at the difference here, though, man. Math is an operational thing. You can do it right in front of you. You can work it all out right in front of you. You don't have to infer the past of math to figure out answers to your problem.
Yeah, so the analogy is not perfect. I'm talking about field of study.
Geology, if you look at a hole in a wall, you don't just say, oh, this is exactly how it formed. You have to figure out some type of story. It's not the same thing.
The difference between math and science is that science is based on inference and math is based on proof. But
you're still trying to generalize things by just saying science. There's operational and historical science. You know that.
Wait. Jared's always saying our analogies are incorrect when I say, Chevys and Fords are similar. His analogy is totally incorrect for the very same reasons right now. He's comparing math and geology as if they're similar. Jared?
No, I'm comparing them as fields of academic study.
I agree. Geology is fantastic. It's the interpretations that some people glean from data that is disputed.
So much of geology is based on the age of the rocks and the amount of time that it takes for these events to happen.
Still
if you are a young Earth creationist, you cannot be a proper geologist.
Which is still inferred. See, that's your decision. That's your opinion right there.
Jonathan, here's the way this boils down. Jared says, if you don't believe the rocks are billions of years old, you're not a geologist. Therefore, all geologists believe the rocks are billions of years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolute circular reasoning.
If an astronomer, if somebody who claims to be an astronomer who looks like they know a lot about astronomy thinks that the moon is made out of green cheese, do they get the right to claim that they're an astronomer?
That would be a good analogy to somebody who claims they're a scientist but also believes we came from a rock. Now, you're getting close to a good analogy here now, Jared.
Yeah, I still say if they're an astronomer, they're an astronomer. He may be some ridiculously minded, retarded astronomer to think the moon is made of cheese, but he's still an astronomer.
But you're not going to respect his opinion, and
Scientists are not infallible. Take a look at the history of science. They're certainly not infallible. There have been billions of mistakes made over the years.
And the ages involved in the processes that form these layers in geology is central to the study. If you abandon that, you are basically abandoning the entire field.
No. It's essential to the interpretation that you want to give it. That's what happened in 1830 with Charles Lyell.
What's the difference between interpretation and inference, Ken?
Now, hold on a second here. You're saying if you abandon these ages, you're pretty much abandoning the whole field? Was there no geology before they started making up these ages?
Yeah, not really. It was
not really.
Primitive.
They didn't talk about liquefaction and all these different types of geological events. They didn't talk about those.
Are there any geologists today that are young Earth creationists?
I've never met any.
There are lots of them.
Tons.
Go to ICR.
I think that I would suspect that they are very marginalized in their field.
Well, you would expect that anybody who believes in capitalism was marginalized in the Soviet Union too, but that's not the point.
That's a different issue. That's about dogma. That's about ideology.
And evolution is exactly dogma and ideology.
There are people who make it an ideology and a dogma, but it is a study of science independent of that fact.
Okay. What science would lead you to believe that these layers are different ages when you can look at pictures on my website, drdino.com, of dozens of petrified trees standing up connecting these layers?
There are already rebuttals to this that have been around for 100 years, Kent.
Tell me, how did a petrified tree stand there? The bark is still on the tree.
Man, I've already told you I am not a geologist, but you're arguing with scientists. You're standing up in the face of modern science and saying, no, I don't believe you. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong.
First of all, geologists are arguing with geologists.
Yeah.
There are PhD
not in the same way.
Yes, in the same way. There are PhD geologists who are young Earth creationists who are saying, look, it doesn't work. I know it's not popular to go that route, but that's the way it is.